What's up YouTube, this is Fake, bringing you another deck profile, and today I'm going to be bringing you an update to my now TG Nekroz Kaiju build. I figured since the format had been evolving for a while now, and it's a lot more defense heavy considering Zodiacs and what they bring to the table, I figure I need to update this in a way where it has a little bit more removal and control to it, because it does like to run its solo plays and it cannot afford your opponent stopping too much. So I figured the Kaiju Engine would be a good engine with this build to help the build toward its goals. And with that, let's get to the deck profile. For the TG Engine, we did soften it up a little bit. However, you do still run the triple TG Striker, triple TG Warwolf, and only 2 TG Rush Rhino. I ended up cutting the third Rush Rhino and the 2 Cyber Magicians. Mainly because, especially in a format like this for these young lower rogue builds, the normal summon is gotten a lot more precious to us, and you need something that you need to special summon out to the field while protecting your few normal summons that you do have in the build. Unfortunately, the route to that is not having more normal summonable monsters, so sadly TG Cyber Magician has gotten a little too slow for my liking in the format. And although TG Rush Rhino is good for that 2000 attack, it just doesn't bring enough to the table that once would in a slower format. But either way, working out to be a really good ratio for the update. And next, for the new Kaiju Engine, we run triple Gameciel, 1 Dogoran, and 1 Thunder King Lightningstrike Kaiju. I figure I wanted to go with a ratio of 5 with this one. Mainly having the 2 higher levels and the 3 lower levels for obviously interrupted Kaiju Slumber plays. But instead of just going Dogoran and another level 8, I decided to opt for Thunder King for this build. Although it's a little risky getting this guy as your only Kaiju in your hand and your opponent having something menacing on the field, this is still a lot better to deal with than whatever effect their monster is packing. And being a level 9 monster, Lightningstrike does have really good synergy with Nekroz Trishula. And for the ritual side of the monsters, we still run the triple Manju. You have to while playing the ritual style build. And for the max search out power, we do run the triple Nekroz Of Clausolas, the double Nekroz Trishulas, because it's very easy to keep these guys, both of them, alive throughout the game. And of course, your other 2 staples with Brionac and Unicore. That's it for the monster lineup. On to the spells. We have triple Nekroz Kaleidoscope and 1 Nekroz Mirror. I debated either bumping Kaleidoscope down to 1 or replacing a different ritual spell with any of these, but in further playtesting, this seems to be the preferable ratio, at least for my type of playstyle. It doesn't seem to disrupt much to keep it the way it is, so it remains unchanged. Next, we run triple interrupted Kaiju Slumber, aka Dark Hole / Special Summoner / Search card. This card is amazing for a build that had been searching for more removal for it. And I will say that after the update of this video, considering I just watched the OCG ban list, I will be bummed if this does get limited in the TCG right away. However, even at just a one-of, this is a proper fix for the build and just an amazing all-around card. And then for the one-ofs, we run our other 2 searchers in Reinforcement of the Army, Preparation of Rites, and our other general cards of Soul Charge and Raigeki. On to the traps, we still run the triple Jar Of Avarice, and this is actually a little bit more dangerous in this build now since I added the Kaijus. Not just for being able to cycle back all the monsters, but if you get a lot of Kaijus in your hands pretty early, this could reactivate some of your dead interrupted Kaiju Slumbers in your hand, especially if you go through your Kaijus fairly quickly in the build. So Jar Of Avarice definitely has a higher use in this build. The next I run 2 TG EM1 set. Sadly, I did have to go down one of these because of the lesser TG engine, but this card is still strong enough for controlled play, so you have to play at least 2. and the One Soul Morning to round out the traps. That's it for the main deck. On to the extra deck. I decided to keep things relatively unchanged, so this will be pretty quick. Still have the Herald of Arclight for the Kaleidoscope Unicore play. For the level 5s, we have the Armades and the double TG Wonder Magicians. I decided to keep these at 2 in the build because back row is slowly returning to the game, and this loves to wipe out back row when it's summoned. And for the level 6s, we run one Goyo Guardian and one Deturia Barkion. Now I did see that they're reprinting the Red Brio in the pack, and despite its less effective once per turn only on your turn, I believe it is, it's probably still going to swap out Goyo Guardian in the future because he's more of a battler, and Brio is still more of a field controller, but until then, I'd much rather go for the brute strength and no traps on the opponent's side. And then for the level 7, we still run the one Black Rose Dragon to clear out problem plays. We run the Stardust Duo, Scrap Dragon, and for the level 9s, we still run both Trishula and Mistworm, because I do like those double Trishula plays, using the Mistworm to spit out for Kaleidoscope for Nekroz Of Trishula, and then following up with Striker and Friends for the Synchro version. And I do also still run one Star Eater in the build, because you will get those fields even with Lightningstrike where you don't have access to that right away, and you do tend to get Striker and Nekroz Of Trishula on board with just being the beat stick. And this does provide some pretty hefty attack power for those Blue Eyes decks. And then to round out the extra deck, we still run one Digesto Emerald for recursion, since we do run enough level 4 still. And one Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon for those turns where you don't want just Nekroz of Trishula, you want the Clausolas on the field as well with your Kaleidoscope play. And with that, that is my TG Nekroz Kaiju build. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. Until next time.